help thinking that GWM, that's Great Wall Motors, missed a great opportunity here in Australia, calling the new GWM Ora the Ora instead of the Funky Cat as it's known overseas.
So high I'm hypnotized.
It's got the charm, it's got the retro looks, it's one of the first batch of real city EV cars. It is a funky cat.
Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Hi, I'm Roscoe, this is Amazing EV News, and we're coming to you from Sydney, Australia. Mrs. Amazing loved the Ora Funky Cat when she saw it launched overseas a few months ago. She loved the name and she loved the look. Fast forward to its recent launch here in Australia, and I told her it was the GWM Ora and not the Funky Cat, and she said, "Aww." She still thought it was cute. She likes the retro style, but she really liked the name. Myself, I'm not so big a fan, but it is great to see a 60s sort of style, retro looking car with a bit more chrome and a bit more curves into the market here, just for something different. So let's take a look at the online configurator here in Australia, see what we get and just see how much it is. But I can tell you, it's up against the new MG4 and the BYD Dolphin, so the competition is really hotting up. If you are astute observers, you'll notice that we're not on the Australian GWM site. We're on the GWMOra.co.uk site. It's not just the name Funky Cat that they've retained as part of the marketing, it's the whole ethos and community of the style and the look of the car. I'm really impressed with what they've done because it matches the retro futuristic style of the inside of the car. They've really played upon that. And look, it's amazing what they've done here with this graphic. It looks cool, it looks different. It's something that I feel like I want to get to know and jump into. If you can hear the excitement in my voice over this car, the website's doing this to me. It's making me more enthusiastic about this car than I probably was before. The color scheme and style, Aurora. That's pretty crazy because you get a fixed interior color scheme with the exterior color. Nebula's black. Nebula green is the exterior color and you get the black interior. Starry is the color of the outside and you get the black interior. Aurora, and you get the Aurora interior. That is crazy wild. But you gotta like it. I mean, it's cool. It's different. Let's just do something here with the white roof and the Mars red and starry black. So it looks like a black roof on that one. That's at a price of £32,790, which that's pretty expensive over there, given it's sort of 2 for $1 to pounds. $1 equals 0.53 pounds sterling at the moment, and we are in October 2020. We're in November 2023, so 0.53 pounds. So that's pretty close to 60,000 Australian dollars, and it's here, as you'll see, for about 41,000. So let's not spend any more time on the UK site because it is slightly disappointing that they haven't taken the same approach here in Australia to marketing and promoting this car, because I was really enthused by this when I saw this website, and it slightly disappointed. See the difference? It's a nice car. It's a nice color and it's a nice photo, but it's just a bit dowdy and a bit GWM. It's just not quite. It's nowhere near what they're doing in the UK in terms of presenting this car as a really trendy and modern alternative for a city car. Instead of the features, they jumped straight into a free charging package at the moment to promote it. So you can inquire now through the all-new Ora. It's not the Funky Cat here in Australia. For a limited time, receive a GWM charging station valued at $1,600. So they jumped straight into a special offer. That's a nice photo and that's a lovely car. But look, here we're up to 420 kilometres of driving range. So perhaps we've got a bit more battery here than the UK. And then down to some feature shots, but these are just a really poor quality, and they look like from the US website. compare these images to the ones on the UK site. Sorry, GWM, this car deserves a bit better. Now we're down to the range of vehicles that we can, and we'll switch to New South Wales, Australia. We're based in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. In case you haven't heard us before and you're listening from overseas, different states in Australia have different delivery and transaction costs, so we call them stamp duties, which depend on the value of the car, so different prices in different states here. So what we're looking at here is New South Wales, Australia, the Ora standard range, 41,044 drive away. So that's almost smack bang within $500 or so of the MG4 and the BYD Dolphin. So both great cars, probably a little bit bigger engines. I'm not going to go through the direct comparisons. Probably a little bit more range, probably a little bit more power, but very similar in terms of getting a vehicle right now in Australia for around about $40,000. This just looks to have a little bit more style and a little bit more panache about it. So that's the 48 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery. That's down a bit. I'm not into doing direct comparisons. The range isn't bad, 310, but it's not great either. All right. And from there, you don't get any more detail. You don't get any color schemes. You get a bit more on the features. And we've seen plenty of photos of features. We know what it looks like. And again, they're just secondhand. They're low quality images for the web, which just don't do it justice, I'm sorry. That's a bit nicer, that one there. It just doesn't do it justice. These images just aren't up to the standard that we saw on the UK site for such an incredible car. I think the UK have done it a lot better, but let's have a look at the range, and we're just not getting a range of colours here. Unlike the UK, so I've been to the site a couple of times now, and I just can't see where the range of colours is available for me to either view on screen or actually even show me the range of colours available. But the full range of cars: Ora standard range, Ora extended range, Ora Ultra, and Ora GT. And sorry, I can't help it. The Ora just doesn't have the same vibe as the Funky Cat. It's just not doing it for me. Extended range, 47,044 drive away. You still get the free charging station. That's great. So we're up to 420 kilometres of driving range with a 63, obviously a bigger battery. I'm not sure if there's any more detail in the packaging that's different. It doesn't appear to be an improvement. Let's have a quick reflect back again. Unlike some other brands that build on what's different between the two ranges, they have just repeated some of these details verbatim, and you don't know what's actually different in terms of the features, but they look exactly the same, the features. So the features and the packaging of the vehicle haven't changed. It's just an increase in battery size from 48 to 63. So the astute among you would be calculating that you would be getting 15 more kilowatt hours of battery at a cost of approximately $6,000. And then we move up to from the extended range to the Ora Ultra. Again, now we're up to 50,000 suddenly. So we're in BYD Atto 3 territory in terms of pricing, and still just a relatively small car. And just for comparison, it's around about 50 millimeters shorter than an MG4. So it's perhaps a little bit bigger than it looks in terms of its actual size. Just the packaging makes it, with the curvy style of packaging, makes it look a little bit smaller. But so the old Ora Ultra at 50,000 and getting up there. Ora extended range features massaging front seats now, electric tailgate, panoramic sunroof, heated steering wheel, 6-way, electric driver's seat with memory, auto folding doors, auto parking. So we're really starting to pay extra now for features. We're not getting any further in terms of the range. And in fact, it doesn't actually say what the range is on that one. That's a bit confusing as well, because I'm not sure if we're building on the extended range. Find comfort and convenience with every journey on the road. Features prepare to embrace a new level of sophistication. But okay, yeah, all right. Hey, I'm sorry that it's difficult to understand what's going on here, because the Ora Ultra has additional features which are all fantastic, all worthy of a cost premium, but you're not sure, and I'm not sure if we're building on the extended range base battery or we're building on the standard range. So I'll have to make some inquiries with GWM to find out what's going on there. And then the Ora GT. So we have got a GT-ish model again, 53,044. Not a great increase in price there, but more GT style in terms of a spoiler there and some different types of wheels. So maybe it's got a GT vibe about it. Not quite, not as extreme as perhaps the MG4 X Power. Maybe it's not quite doing it for me. Up to 400 kilometers of driving range, 63 kilowatt hour lithium battery, GT bumpers and grille, red calipers, massaging front seats, front crossing traffic alert, electric tailgate, hands-free, panoramic sunroof. It hasn't improved in terms of power. It's only improved in terms of battery and plastic add-ons and wheels. So I don't think you get any more powerful battery engine, and in actual fact difficult to find the actual power output of this car. Okay, but all right, so let's get to the crux of the matter. What is the power output of the vehicle? Download brochure. Let's see if we can find some information on the actual power. Okay, we go to the Havel, and this is perhaps part of the reason why we are in this territory, because we're dealing with a house that has in its suite of vehicles these models here, and this is where the poor old little Ora sits in that range. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. EVs need a special place, a special relationship in it, because EV buyers are special people, and we need to make sure that the information they get and the way it's given is for EV buyers, and they're not doing enough here. But let's go down. This is a nice brochure, good old-fashioned brochure. I'll put a link down below to this brochure as well, because this is a nice brochure. Images are great of it, and the GT looks cool there in black. Now we're talking. That's pretty cool. That is cool. See, this is where they should be going with this. That's really cool, and you can tell this brochure is fantastic. So brilliant, really. So let's cut past the website for a minute, and that's nice. I like that GT. I'm going for the Ora GT in black at 54 grand. I'll take it now. That's me. I'm done. Came onto a configurator site to make a choice about which one, and that's it. That's for me. That's really cool. Black in black. That is cool. Okay, finally we've got the colours. Hamilton white, sun black, Mars red, glacier blue, and Ora green. This is starting to... black's $595 more. Hamilton white's the only base colour. Okay, well, there we go. Ora colours, Ora GT, black stitching, that's me. Ora GT colours. Alright. And a quick comparison here, without going again into too much detail, of the various models in the range. But these photos are magnificent. Oh my goodness. You've restored my faith, GWM, because clearly they're overseas photos and images. But so let's have a quick look at the specs here. As I say, length 4235, that's just a fraction under an MG4. Electric motor, maximum power, same across the board. So yeah, 126 kilowatts. You don't get a more powerful motor for a GT, but that's okay. It is about the packaging and the features sometimes, and I understand that they've got to differentiate their vehicles. So there it is there, 126 kilowatts across the board, 250 newton meters of torque. That's respectable. Range increases up from 310 for the base model up to the extended range 420, and then drops back slightly for the extended range to GT. Hard to say why. Maybe it's a little bit heavier. Driving range, once again, about on par WLTP. 0 to 100, same across the board. In fact, the GT's a tad slower. It must be slightly heavier. Just must be a fraction heavier with some of the bits and pieces they put on, because the GT's actually 0.1 of a second slower than the base model. Just a little bit of irony in my voice there. Public charging, 18-inch alloy wheels all around. That's respectable. They could have gone smaller. 8 inch is good, and then we get down to the details on the brakes, to steering and suspension. And again, no major changes across the board except improvements in range and also features in the entertainment system, security, what have you, heated seats, so forth. So the real devil's in the detail here, and you've got basically a base model standard range, and then you've got the extended ranges right up to the GT with no change, no improvements in engine power. But that GT is a looker, and it's got me. I think I'm done on the GT in black. That'd be my choice. So, look, that wraps up our configurator guide on the GWM Ora, or Funky Cat as it's known overseas. We've chosen the GWM Ora GT, and just for looks alone, because it's a cool looking car. I do like the retro features and we love it. It just needs a little bit more help in this market to really boost it along. But if you'd like any more help with this or any other EV, I'm Roscoe. This is Amazing EV News, and we're here to help you buy, drive and charge your electric vehicle. And you can contact us on Roscoe at amazingev.com.au.